Hello, 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 Player One Taco coming to you live from day 3 of Paris Blockchain Week, and we are here with the Solana payments guru, the one who makes his family proud, the one and only
Shiraz Sher.
Sure. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. I'm pumped. I love Paris, so it's been good to be here.
So this is day 3. You just actually finished up a great talk with Ari. Have you done any? I didn't notice if you were doing any other talks this week.
No, that was it. We had some other Solana people do some payments panels, and I think we have another one this afternoon with our Amelia from Foundation. But it's been a good conference.
So you're in charge of like the payment process because you have a huge history. Everything wannabe that is turning into a dinosaur I could name, and you've had a hand in.
Yes, I helped them become dinosaurs.
Just so you could come to Solana and bring about Fire Dancer.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I was at way back in my career. I was at IBM. Goldie, who was I was on stage with, somehow dusted the cobwebs off my LinkedIn and was like, "Oh, you worked at IBM in the 90s." I don't even know if people know what IBM is, but yeah, I went to American Express, was there for like 8 years, and then was at Google working on payments. And then I came to Solana, met Rajan Toli in 2021, and they're like, "We're building a fast and cheap blockchain, and payments is obviously an important use case. Payments, so come and help us figure it out." So,
how did you actually meet them?
So Mike Dudas is a good friend of mine, and I pinged Mike, and I'm like, "Hey, I want to see what the hell's going on in this crypto space." And he's like, "You should talk to Solana. They're going to be big." And he said it with conviction, so I'm like, "All right, I believe you, Mike."
Mike is, he's a good dude. I like him.
He's a great friend.
Yeah, he's good peeps.
Yeah.
All right, how did that was that like, so that would have been, you would have had a Soulflare as your first wallet, or Solette. No, you went Soulflare.
No, so when I joined, Phantom had existed, but it was like brand new.
I remember when they launched.
There was a few other wallets. I think Soulflare. I think it was called Soulflare then.
Yep.
But yeah, I think Phantom was the one that I first had, and I latched onto it because the great UX and UI. In fact, I think I remember before I had even started, my daughters were doing a bake sale, or selling cookies on the street to raise charity, and I put in a little QR code because in my mind I was like, "Oh, this is how payments is going to work."
Yeah.
But on our street in Oakland, I was literally the only one, giving them donations. So
you were eating all the cookies?
And eating all the cookies, yeah.
Hey, cookies are good, man.
Yeah, for sure.
So on the big side, we've seen, like last year, USDC came onto Solana. We're seeing a lot more integrations where people like Solana Card, like Cast even.
Yep.
And so what's next?
Well, the thing that we're seeing a lot of growth in is anything cross-border, particularly into the LATAM and African markets. So a combination of things. So some is like things like payouts or remittances. So it's like somebody needs to send me money. I'm a business or a contractor or just a person, and getting money cross-border with a stablecoin is dead simple. The beauty about cards like Cast or platforms like Rain are that they can work with the fintechs and issue you a card. So let's say you're an engineer in Argentina, and you work with a company in the US. You can tell them, "Hey, here's a bank account and routing number," and the company, I know how to send. Well, no, they can send the funds via ACH to that, but you as the engineer will get stable coins because companies like Bridge or Takenos or whatever will convert to stable coins. You get it in your wallet, and now you can get a card. You never even have to off-ramp it. You can off-ramp using your card, go buy your groceries, etc. Yeah.
I don't know if you remember Decaf.
Oh, yeah. So that's the other thing. So one is like getting payments. The other is just dollar access, providing...
Because not everyone's in crypto yet.
Yeah.
And like you have family members around the world. With Decaf, you can send via MoneyGram in 5 minutes.
Yeah, so Decaf is even more inspiring because they work with unbanked people. I was talking to Rick from Decaf. He said that they work with migrants that are trapped at the Mexican-U.S. border that can't cross, and they're not Mexican nationals, so they can't get bank accounts. So for them, getting the decaf app and being able to have somebody send them funds is like life changing. So I think that shows that like some of these use cases are actually very powerful, very impactful. So whether it's like the contractor getting paid out much faster, and not having to hold a local inflationary currency, or somebody who's just doesn't have access to the bank, it's like happening. It's not theoretical. There are apps like Decaf are doing this.
So we've seen a lot of, like, one of the great things about Solana is the move fast, break things culture.
Yeah.
But consumer-facing apps, whether they are great or not, they come out V1 right away and they at least work. So we've seen different trials with like transport for like Uber and stuff like that. When DoorDash on Solana?
Yeah. You know what? I have no idea, because I'm sort of laser focused on, I'm laser focused on payments, but I think at the foundation and labs and like the people that are building the core protocol, everyone is just laser focused on performance. And then the smart entrepreneurs building apps, they'll come and they'll figure it out. So I think that we're sort of like a layer below, where we're like, we'll let the smart builders build the actual apps. We just want to make sure that we have the best infrastructure possible, which means extremely low latency, extremely low cost, and scalability, right? Because the blockchain space is starting to scale up quick. So I think if we continue to focus, the people in the Solana community focus on the core protocol, just continue to focus on performance, it'll come. If there's a value proposition there, it'll come. If there's no value proposition, it might not. I know it's like a trivial kind of comment, but maybe there is no need for DoorDash on chain. I don't know. Who knows?
No, and that's what, like, the question is, does everything need to be on chain?
Yeah, I don't.
If you ask me, I say not necessarily, but decentralized.
Yeah. Well, and so like DePIN projects, Helium and Hive Mapper, I think those are great examples. Yeah. And I work in the ecosystem, and I don't even know all of the apps, because it's just, there's too many, which is a great thing. Like when I started, I remember there was like 15 apps that everyone, because like that was all there was, or whatever it was, and now it's like innumerable. So I'm like,
new apps launching every day.
Yeah, and I would say, I think I'm obviously biased, but I'm excited about payments, because in terms of like real usage and scaling, like as Goldie and I talked about, if you just look at the numbers, the volume of payments, stablecoin payments on chain, and then on Solana, it's a real thing now. It's not just like pilots.
We've seen some of the, if I remember right, the most amount of USDC has been minted on Solana this year.
Yeah.
There was the giant $1 billion of USDT minted yesterday on Tron.
Oh, okay.
Someone's getting their dry powder ready.
Okay.
But this is one of those things to where everyone sort of tries to dog Solana, but this is where like the institutions are coming. Now, don't get me wrong. Every other blockchain has its place. Does great things, except for Hedera.
Yeah.
Can we make fun of Hedera?
We can. Oh, yeah.
All right, yeah. But this is sort of where, like, especially on the community side, how do you get the grassroots community everyone's like, how do we make our chain cool like Solana? How do we make our NFT project cool like Apes? How do we do the next Doge? How do we make our community cool like Solana?
You know what? Somebody asked me the same thing. It was like, how did you guys build your community? And like, it's one of those questions that is hard to answer. I remember when I was at Google and YouTube had just kind of launched, advertisers would be like, how do I make my video viral? And I'm like, I don't know. Like if we knew, then there's just something, there's an essence to it that it's hard to kind of pinpoint. And I think a lot of it started with laser focus on tech and performance, and it drew up a group of engineers. I think also just being a different programming model, right? So Solidity versus Rust. I think it drew some engineers that like to code more at the bare metal. And once we had a cluster of a unique set of kind of engineers, I think community started to build around that. And then I think like things like Super Team have been really, really smart to like have
Super Team has been awesome.
Yeah.
I'll actually I try to identify. I think actually Solana Hacker Houses was probably like the big focal point because like, yeah, okay, we're gonna make fun of some people. Are you all right with that?
Yeah.
ETH Global, their hackathons, it's like a library when you're at the hackathon. You're at a Solana Hacker House, you got a DJ, you got flashy lights, maybe a confetti cannon, you know, it's some good times, but real things get built.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think Solana as an ecosystem has always put developers first, and I think there's an acknowledgement that that's where innovation comes from, right? It doesn't come from the top. It doesn't come from big existing enterprises. They will follow suit, but it comes from developers and global, right? This is borderless. So I think the focus on technology, just performance, and then building a community of developers and builders. Yeah, I mean, it's easy to say. I mean, a lot of it just happened organically, and like we're really lucky. I mean, everywhere I go, it's a community of people that just love Solana. So it's amazing. Yeah.
So what is the last shitcoin you bought? Or non-stable coin?
Well, it's literally a shitcoin because it's Fartcoin.
All right.
See?
Fartcoin's up 37% over the last day.
Okay, so everyone is like, Bitcoin is the hedge, right? Like when the markets go down, Bitcoin, you know, people will, and it hasn't really proven out. I think the people in Bitcoin are like, we're hoping that when the markets tank, that people would run into Bitcoin, but they did run into Fartcoin. So that is my contrarian view, is that Fartcoin will become the new digital gold.
All right.
Brown digital gold.
Fartcoin versus unicorn fart dust.
Whoa, that exists?
Yeah.
Man, that might be my next purchase.
Okay, we got to get you in on some unicorn fart dust.
I think there should be like a basket of meme coins that are all fart related.
There was, excuse my language, shitcoin. Then there was shart. Yeah,
man.
it's
Nice.
But yeah, no, it's really.
By the way, you heard Goldie ask about whether my parents were proud.
Yes.
This last 30 seconds is going to make them very proud.
They totally will. It 100% will.
Like,
because
he could have been a doctor.
And then you're like, but mom, I made 7 figures on farts.
Yes. In fact, my mom had the Solana mobile version 1, and I was showing her how to get her bonk out of there, and she was like, I have bonk?
Nice. All right. Bonk or dog with hat?
Ooh, bonk, man. Bonk was OG.
And that was a bad comparison.
Yeah.
Bonk is like, if bonk didn't exist, just the idea and everything they did, that when they came through 2.5 years ago, where do you think Solana would have been?
I mean, I think
obviously would have carried on.
Yeah, we would have, but it was, man, it was, I remember, it was post-FTX, it was dark. I mean,
the day after Christmas.
Yeah, day after Christmas. So everyone, like, we were home, you're with your families, and you're, like, still shell-shocked. And then I got this airdrop, and, you know, there was a buzz around it, and it was a very nice, it was an area nice, like pat on the head, like, it's going to be okay. Yeah. Wag me, I guess, or whatever. But, yeah, I mean, Bonk was a great, and then, you know.
Everything they've done on the builder side since then.
Yeah, it's super, super cool.
So you're known by some people by your Red Mad Lads.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Or am I the only one that knows that?
No, I think that was my PFP. Although I changed it recently, I just kind of got bored.
You seem to have gotten banned on Twitter.
Oh,
did everyone tag you wrong?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I should probably check. I think I'm still on. I don't tweet it. I probably should tweet more, but I just kind of consume. It's like if I tweeted, then I would have to engage, and I'm just like, I'm too busy. I don't know. I don't know.
You're busy with payments, global processing around the world, making sure that John pays me the $5 he owes me, and it's
instantly.
And it's $5.
Right. Exactly. Instantly. With, no intermediaries, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So what's one of the really cool things? Like, as we were saying, there's probably I would say 1,000, but let's say 50 to 10 new apps per month on Solana that, any that are coming up that you think are really cool. What about Zeus?
I haven't even heard of that one.
BTC on Solana.
Oh, is that what Zeus is?
Yeah, ZBTC.
Oh, okay. Is it wrapped? See,
Well, they've done a native piece on it.
okay.
Yeah.
I think the Solana Bitcoin, like kind of the tighter integration there, I think is super cool. Like, there's a project that I've been following called Atomic Labs that has built a trustless bridge between Solana and Bitcoin Lightning. So, in fact, they were at Breakpoint and showed some of these merchants that accept Bitcoin through Lightning. And they had an app where they just paid with a Solana stablecoin, and the merchant didn't even know, and it just did an instant swap. So I think some of that stuff is cool. I think that Solana and Bitcoin, are very complementary, and I think it's great to bring those ecosystems closer together. So I didn't know about Zeus, but good to hear. And
Okay, so then what's on your mind? What are you seeing?
again, I'm like more payments. It's
What
gonna be
payment apps?
No surprised. I mean, I'm sure everyone has heard me talk about Sling, but super excited about Sling because now they've done all of the work to get, the integrations done across all the markets. So now you have a global Venmo. You really have an app that you can show anyone and they understand it instantly, right? It's like Venmo. I can send money to anyone in the world. Like 100 different currencies. I send it to them. They literally get it instantly and can off-ramp it, and depending on the market, off-ramp it instantly. So Sling is amazing. Tip Link is really cool. Ian,
Tip Link, prior to Tip Link, when they were Cupcake.
Oh, and I do think, I'm not going to reveal, I do believe there might be a rebrand there as well. So I don't want to steal Ian's thunder. I'm not going to say what.
Ian, you got to tell us.
I may know. Well, unless he changed his mind, but there was discussions of, I think a lot of the, I spend a lot of time with the platforms like Rain, Bridge, BVNK, because they're interesting. People don't know them on the consumer app side, but they are powering a lot of the apps. So like on top of Bridge, apps like Takanos is a great one. Takanos does cross-border payouts. So the Argentinian example I gave was actually like one from Takanos.
Okay.
And and like another one coming out of the Solana Labs incubator. Do you know that some of the projects in the incubator? The Easy Labs guys.
Okay.
They do payment orchestration under the hood using stablecoins. So like really complex payment use cases. They just simplify for people and lower cost. They're just so for them. The user doesn't have to know. All they come in and say, we can do your payment processing for way cheaper. So that's like an example. There's like so many. I mean, I don't want to list some and forget about others, but this is a great.
What about yield-bearing stables?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. That there's actually a project coming out of the incubator that has a novel way to issue yield-bearing stablecoins. I mean, whether it's stablecoins that share value with the platforms that are, like what USDG is doing, or stablecoins that give value to the end consumer, I think the whole stablecoin paradigm is shifting to, if you're holding this or moving it, you should earn some of the economics. So USDG's model is, if you're a payments platform or a PSP or whatever, the more USDG you help grow, like mint or move, the more of the value you share, right?
A referral bonus, so to speak.
Yeah, or just like you contribute. It's like a network business. The more you contribute, the more you earn. So I do think that that's changing the kind of the model, the economics, and that allows platforms to change their economics and like how much they charge their customers. So it's cool. Yeah.
So as we wrap this up, sometimes, are you okay if I get a little personal?
Yeah.
All right. So as we talk all the time about what we're doing today is for future generations.
Right.
Sometimes we forget a little bit about the generations we have right now.
Yeah.
Is there any message you want to send to anyone specifically, and anything you want to say?
Well, that's a good one. About anything, or as it relates to this stuff? Or
anything at all.
Wow. I would just say, keep hope. It's things are a little chaotic right now, but I think the arc of history continues to move towards better things. Might have some bumps in the road, but I think in general, when I see builders and entrepreneurs, one of the things that is very cool about when I go to these events is the energy from very young people. I'm I'm an older guy. I worked at IBM in 1992, but I was at we had a summit in Mexico City, and somebody
Apex?
came up to me. Yeah, Apex, and this young lad came up to me, and he said, he's like, hey, I've been trading on Solana for 5 years, and I really want to help in the community. And I was like, oh, how old are you? And he said he was 15. So that I think is inspiring, and I think blockchain is a technology that can kind of change paradigms, self-custody, dollar access, like the examples I gave about migrants. I think let's use this tech to make the world a better place. And it sounds a little cheesy, but that's my message.
That's the idea for it.
Yeah, because I think so much of it feels like people just trying to get rich. And yeah, fine, people can get rich, but this can actually have good social and impactful change.
So there's a story that was brought up last night, based off of a story I told because someone came and found me last night. I'll tell you the story off, but the overall reaching story that is tied, that has a lot of meaning to me, is you've heard of this old man and the starfish?
No, I don't think so.
So there's an old man on the beach. The tide is out, and there's starfish, and he's grabbing a starfish, and he's throwing it in the ocean, bending over, picking it up, throwing it in the ocean. Some snotty young kid comes up and says, "Oh man, look up and down the beach. There are thousands of starfish. How are you going to make a difference? How And the old man bends down, picks up another starfish, throws it in the ocean. He's like, made a difference to that one.
All right. That's good. Yeah, exactly. I like that.
So, as we close out Paris Blockchain Week, any last things? How has this all been? Or just, how have you liked the coffee and baguettes?
Oh, I mean, food here is amazing. I'm not going to lie. For food, I definitely left the conference. No offense to the conference, because we're in Paris, so I gotta eat locally. But we've had some great events in the dinners in the evening. Met a lot of great people. So yeah, it's been good.
All right.
Yeah.
Where are they going to see you next? Are you going to be in Token?
I probably not. Maybe I will definitely be at Accelerate.
Accelerate, break or die.
Yes, that's the next one for me, I think.
All right, we will see you. Oh no, we have to ask a horrible question.
Okay.
What do you think of that commercial?
Oh, well, let's see. The decision to be like, hey, let's wade into the culture wars. Probably in retrospect, not a good idea. Wasn't a fan, and we had to shelve the other commercials that were about abortion and climate change. I'm kidding. We didn't make those.
I'm editing it out the end.
That's a joke. We didn't make those videos, but in my mind, I was like, what else could we have done that was kind of idiotic?
Oh my gosh.
And by we, I don't mean we, I mean the market.
Super team.
Not me.
Super team.
Whoever. Yeah.
So, yeah. I may or may not have edited any of those videos. May not have. I may not have.
No worries. Mistakes were made.
Do you really think it was a mistake, though?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I think you at least makes. It was so provoking, both left and right. I don't want to say left or right, but this side and that side. It started a lot of conversations.
Yeah, but not necessary.
All right, cool.
All right.
Interesting. Dude, it has been amazing seeing you again. As always, see you next time.
All right, sounds good.
All right.